Listen to this. A French Arab comedian named Manuel Magdalene straight up kicked a 6-year-old black boy in the chest right there in the middle of Paris. A 6-year-old. Let that sink in. And I don't care what anybody says this was about race, because if that child had been white or Arab, she would have never done that. You can tell when something comes from a place of bias, and this right here, that was exactly that. Now she's trying to defend herself, saying, oh, he tried to steal my purse. Girl, please. Multiple people said the little boy was just trying to pet your dog, the same dog that was sitting inside your purse. So you mean to tell me your instinct as a grown woman, as a mother, was to kick a 6-year-old child over that? Come on now. And what really gets me, she's a mom herself, and her child is mixed. Which just proves what we've been saying. Being close to black people doesn't mean you respect black people. Because the way she reacted, that came from deep down. That's a mindset. At the end of the day, there's nothing she can say to fix this. She put her hands her foot on a child, a black child. That's assault on a minor, plain and simple.
السلام عليكم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري وأحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي وجهت وجهي للذي فطر السماوات والأرض حنيفا وما أنا من المشركين. It's Mama Leila. I have to give you my thoughts on this one. Very disheartening to see this and listen to this because it's very true. Black boys or black children are abused far more than any other children. Physical assault is very common for black kids to experience that. But I myself, as a child who grew up in an Arab country in Egypt, as a black kid with curly hair, big eyes, dark skin, in a class full of much lighter skinned children and Arab teachers, I've never felt I was hated because of my skin color. It is true, black people themselves assault their children or the children of their family members more than most other races based on my experience. Alhamdulillah, I was not physically assaulted by my parents, but I remember growing up my first few years in Somalia because as a child we migrated to Egypt and I grew up literally in Egypt most of my childhood, but the first 10 years I was born in Somalia and lived in Somalia for the first 10 to 12 years. And I remember seeing kids being physically beaten was something that's normal to the Somali society. And it's generally known for most black people, including in diaspora. Why black children has to be attacked physically? Okay, I don't think anything has to do with this woman being an Arab because the reason she attacked. She must have seen black people attitude towards their own children, and this is what's need to be addressed rather than saying she's Arab, because she apparently has mixed children who are half. He didn't say what they mixed with. Probably he meant black. She's married to a black person. That's what it sounds like. But nevertheless, she should never have attacked that child. But this is just my thought. It has nothing to do with her being an Arab, but it has a lot to do with how people take the liberty to attack black children and they think it's normal. No, it's not normal. This needs to be addressed. But I would emphasize this must be addressed within the black community because they are the most cruel to their own children. This is the truth that nobody wants to talk about. They have to stop abusing their children because other people will see that, and this would dehumanize your own children without you knowing that. And I guarantee you, these same black people would not hit any other race children the way they attack their own children. Let me just clarify that. And it has nothing to do with boy or girl. Both genders, by the way. Maybe a little bit more of the boys. And guess what? Allah loves black people because black people experience the most abuse. This is my own thought. Salaam alaikum.